Welcome to Kruk and Kuip Extra Innings. As today the Giants got fucking blown out by the fucking dbacks. Good. You can follow me at Rob. I'm at twitter.com. Man, not a good game by the Giants today. Chris Stratton was good today, but the fucking bats decided not to wake up today. Oh. This loss was really painful today. Stratton was good today. 2 earned runs, 4 hits, 10 strikeouts. The walks, not so good. 5 walks. And then Tomlinson had 2 hits, 2 for 4 in this game. Posey 1 hit. Nick Hundley 1 hit. Jarrett Parker 1 hit. But no fucking runs to show for it. They were down 2-0. That was not too bad. And then Osich came in. He actually had a decent outing. 2 earned runs, 2/3 of innings pitched. Kruk, good job. But Matt Cain, Matt fucking Cain, 8 fucking earned runs in 2/3 of a fucking inning pitched, and 2 fucking home runs. I think after this game, it's time to send Matt Cain to the fucking disabled list. There's no need for him to stay around anymore. He's done. He's fucking done. Clear up his spot for somebody else. And also, bye-bye to Hensley Mullins. After the season's done, he's getting fucking scapegoated. He's not coming back next year. They need to bring in somebody to teach him better plate discipline and get him better looks. They got to really start teaching somebody to get better views of pitches and stuff. Mullins has got to go. Mullins needs to be fired at the end of the season or scapegoated, whatever. But Mullins cannot come back next year. He can't. And I think Bochy's going to be on the fucking hot seat next year. I do. I think he could be on the hot seat next year. And if things don't go any better next season, he could be asked to step down and retire. This was not a good series. The bats never fucking showed up in this series. And then the pitching was good until Matt Cain. I think his roster. Good part is Matt Cain is going to be out of here after September. He's likely going to be the show in the door with Hensley Mullins at this point. But Mullins cannot come back next year. They need to hire a new hitting coach. They need more consistent hitting. Things have to change. And if things don't change next year, there could be wholesale changes. You might see Bochy retired. You might see a new manager. So you might see Ron Wotus take over as manager. This series fucking sucked. But the good part is that we are going to be September call-ups are coming. And with expanded rosters, and here who I think is going to get called up for the expanded rosters. I think Derek Law is going to get called back up. Stephen O'Kurt's likely going to get called back up. Yeah, I think it'll be Derek Law getting called up. I think Stephen O'Kurt gets called back up. Orlando Kayexday. I think Kayexday is going to get called back up. I think DJ Snelton's going to get called up. He's likely going to get a look. I think we will see. I think Tim Fedorowicz has earned a call-up especially since Trevor Brown hasn't done shit this year in AAA. I think Tyler Rogers, the submariner, might get a call-up. We'll see how he does.
We are the Coors.
And that might be it for call-ups. It's not going to be a lot of people getting called up, but there's going to be a few. Maybe Hyun Hwang, maybe Connor Gillespie will be back up, but and Mac Williamson. I certainly think Mac Williamson. This is going to be Mac Williamson's last opportunity to shine, or he's likely going to head for a buyout if things don't go well with the September call-ups. So the pressure's really on Mac Williamson to do well, or he's going to get bought out after this season. And then down on the farm today in Single A, I think Cueto did awful today, so see what happens with Cueto. He had 3 2/3 innings, pitched 7 earned runs. Not good. It's not a good. It's just this season. Good part is this is only 1 month left of this nightmare season. Then I can focus on getting pissed off at the Sharks this year. I don't see the Sharks or the Niners being any better this year. And some people and some of the pundits are saying Chris Shaw should be called up. I don't see it happening next year. This September, but I think Shaw is possibly going to be given the opportunity to compete for the opening day roster next year. And I like what we might have next year. I think we could see Arroyo. We could see Shaw, or I think we'll see if they try Ryder. I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe Ryder Jones get more reps in the outfield here with the season coming to a close. Maybe see if Ryder Jones can make the opening day roster. But Chris Shaw, I certainly think he's definitely got an opportunity to compete for an opening day roster spot, but I don't see him getting called up for September this year. But I think the submariner, Tyler Rogers, definitely has a good shot. DJ Smelton, I think those are the two. And Tim Federowicz, those three will get their contracts purchased. And, you know, hopefully Snelton and Rogers can shine here on expanded rosters, because we need some good news for next year. But I think our bullpen looks good. I'm hoping we can fill that next lefty void in-house and not have to go shopping for a lefty in the offseason. And everybody's wanting a power bat next year, and I really don't think the Giants really have the money this year, next year, salary-wise. And even with Matt Cain coming off the books, they are still going to be near the luxury tax at this point. There's really no way to get this. They're really going to be crushed as in terms of luxury tax room. And unless they can find a taker for Joe Panic or Brandon Belt, and I think Brandon Belt could be traded, and there's no guarantee they can find a trade partner. It may take another year, because then in 2019 you do have more salary coming off the books with Hunter Pence and Denard Span, and that's going to free up quite a bit of money right there. But with Stratton thriving, maybe do you start dangling Jeff Samardzija in a trade for a bat? If the Giants are that set on getting a power bat, do they look to try to trade Jeff Samardzija somewhere in the offseason? I think that could be a real possibility. Let's go around the league with other scores. But yeah, Thursday we have expanded rosters, and hopefully the expanded rosters we can get some more help here. The Yankees crushed the Mariners 10-1. Your winning pitcher Masanuke Tanaka. Your losing pitcher Andrew Albers. Starlin Castro 4 for 4 in this game for the Yanks. Ronald Torres 3 for 4. And Albers 8 runs, 3 earned in 5 innings pitched. And this was an error-filled day for the Mariners. Not a good day for Gene Segura. 3 errors, and could likely be sitting on the bench tomorrow. But now Seattle's just 2.5 games back of Boston after today's win. The Twins beat the Blue Jays 7-2. Your winning pitcher Kirk Gibson, your losing pitcher Joe Biagini. Now Minnesota padded their wild card lead a little bit. Byron Buxton 4 for 5 in this game. Nori Aoki 3 for 4 for the Blue Jays with a home run. Biagini 5 earned runs and 3 2/3 innings pitched today. The Indians blanked the Royals 12-0 and swept the Royals in the series. Carlos Carrasco, your winning pitcher, your losing pitcher Eric Skoglund. And now Kansas City finds themselves 2.5 back in the wild card and now is under 500. Austin Jackson, 3 for 5 for the Indians. Brandon Geyer, 3 for 4. Yandy Diaz, 3 for 4 in this game. Skoglund, not a good day at all. 7 earned runs in 1 and a third inning pitched. And likely could be heading back to the minors tomorrow. Onelki Garcia, 5 earned runs in 5 and 2/3 innings pitched. And this was a series to forget for Kansas City as they fall further behind in the wild card race. The Pirates beat the Reds 5-2. Your winning pitcher, AJ Schugel. Your losing pitcher, Tyler Mahle. Sterling Marte, 3 for 5 for the Pirates. Raisel Iglesias, 2 earned runs in 1 inning pitched for Cincinnati. Jameson Tylon went 4 innings, 2 runs, 1 earned, 4 walks. That was the blemish. And the Marlins sweep the Padres 6-2. Your winning pitcher, Kyle Barraclough. Your losing pitcher, Clayton Richard. Matt Souzer, 2 for 3 in this game for the Padres. Giancarlo Stanton, 3 for 3 in this game, and Stanton hit his 50th home run of the season. Mike Aviles, 2 for 3 in this game. And another good outing from Dan Straley today, And Miami gained another game on Washington, now just 11.5 back. And the Orioles swept the Red Sox, surprisingly, 2-1. And Baltimore is now 500 after today's game. Your winning pitcher, Wade Miley. Your losing pitcher, Doug Fister. Trey Mancini, 3 for 4. Really good outing from Wade Miley. And Fister pitched well, 2 earned runs, 7 innings pitched, but didn't get any run support today. Now Baltimore is climbing right back into the wild card race after today's win. The Rockies blanked the Braves 3-0. Your winning pitcher, John Gray. Your losing pitcher, Mike Foltynewicz. Charlie Blackmon, 2 for 3 for the Rockies. And another start where bad luck for Foltynewicz. 1 earned run in 5 innings pitched, 6 strikeouts. Just lacked the run support to win. AJ Minter, 2 earned runs and 1 1/3 innings pitched. The Phillies beat the Cubs 6-3. Your winning pitcher, Nick Pivetta. Your losing pitcher, John Lackey. Tommy La Stella, 2 for 3 in this game for the Cubs. Javi Baez, 2 for 3. And Lackey, 5 runs, 4 earned. The Mets beat the Nationals 6-5 in game 1 of the doubleheader. Your winning pitcher, Jerry Blevins, Joe Blanton, your losing pitcher. Howie Kendrick, 3 for 4 for the Nationals. Eric Freed, 5 earned runs and 6 innings pitched in a spot start today. Tommy Malone, not too bad, 4 1/3 innings, 1 earned run. Paul Sewell, 2 earned runs and 1 inning pitched. The White Sox beat the Tigers 7-1. Your winning pitcher, Lucas Giolito. Your losing pitcher, Matt Boyd. John Hicks, 2 for 3 for the Tigers. Avisail Garcia, 2 for 3. Yolmer Sanchez, 3 for 4 for the White Sox. And I think Miggy Cabrera started serving his suspension today. The Blue Jays beat the Cardinals 3-2. Your winning pitcher, former Giant Sergio Romo. Your losing pitcher was Sam Tuivailina. Greg Garcia, 3 for 4 for the Cardinals today. And not a good day for Dan Jennings for the Rays, 1 earned run without recording an out. And the Astros beat the Angels 7-5. Your winning pitcher, Joe Musgrove. Your losing pitcher, Cam Bedrosian. Josh Reddick, 3 for 4 in this game for the Astros. And not a bad outing for Charlie Morton. And Bedrosian, 3 earned runs in 1 inning pitched. And now the question is, now the Astros get a day off tomorrow, but they do need to figure out. It'll be interesting to see where the Astros will be playing the Rangers in the next few days. Possible candidates are the Globe Life Park in Arlington, even though rain might be forecasted from the remnants of Hurricane Harvey. So we'll see if that gets scheduled there. Option B, which I think is a more likely option, might be the game might get moved to Marlins Park in Miami. And with that stadium being retractable roof, you could certainly get the series done in Miami, since Miami will be on the road. And I think, or St. Louis is another possible option to move the series, with St. Louis going on the road for the series. So, and with St. Louis going to the West Coast, I think St. Louis could be an option for the Astros for both that series and the series against the Mets. Let me see how long the Marlins will be on the road, but I think Marlins Park would be the better option for me, since the Marlins ballpark has a retractable roof and don't have to worry about weather. Yeah, they're on the road in DC. Okay, they come back home, so I think maybe this is where St. Louis could be the better option for the Astros, since they'll be on the West Coast on the road for the whole week. So it could be very plausible that the Rangers and Astros get moved to St. Louis. And we should figure out where they will play probably tomorrow. But I think the best option would be St. Louis at this point, or Miami, unless they've made a decision already. And they have not made an official decision on where that series will be played. But I'd be leaning towards St. Louis, since St. Louis will be on the road for a while. But other sports in Houston being moved. Looks like BYU and LSU, that game is likely to get moved to the Superdome in New Orleans. And then the Texans preseason game against the Cowshits are probably going to go to AT&T Stadium in Arlington. But I think most certainly it'll either go to Arlington or St. Louis, depending on the severity of the floods and the damage of what's happening around Houston. And hopefully those people, most people got out of Dodge of the storm and are safe elsewhere and not feeling all the floods over there. But with the remnants of Harvey, it could make it difficult to play the series in Arlington. So I'm leaning towards the series maybe getting moved to St. Louis at this point. But we'll see what the MLB office says tomorrow when they make the official decision on that. And then the Rangers lose to the A's across the bay 8-3. Your winning pitcher, Jarrell Cotton. Your losing pitcher, AJ Griffin. Matt Olson, 3 for 4 for the A's. Matt Chapman, 3 for 4 for the A's. Griffin, 3 earned runs in 3 and the third innings pitched. Not a good day for Alex Claudio, 3 runs, 1 earned. Chris Hatcher, 1 earned run in 1/3 innings pitched for Oakland. And the Brewers beat the LA Dodgers 3-2. Your winning pitcher, Jimmy Nelson. Your losing pitcher, Hu Darvish, back from the disabled list. And this is the first time the Dodgers have lost a series since June 7th. First time they've lost consecutive games since June. And now the question begs, are they starting to run out of gas? And down on the farm today, River Cats are currently trailing the Chihuahuas 3-1 in the bottom of the first inning. And it looks like New Orleans and Baby Cakes and Sky Sox were canceled today, will not be made up. And currently the 49ers are leading the Vikings 7-0 in preseason in the first quarter with 2 minutes left. So good start for the Niners today. Hopefully they clean up from the turnovers from the previous game. And now your baseball standings. Now Boston's first place lead has shrunk to 2.5 games. New York now 70 up to the 70 win mark. Baltimore at 500 now is only 8 games out of first, 2 games out of the wild card at this point, with Tampa 3 games out of the wild card. And Cleveland pads their lead to 6.5 games over Minnesota. Kansas City falls 2.5 games back of the wild card after today and 9 games out of the division. And Seattle and LA fall back to a game and a half back of the wild card, with Texas falling to 3 games out of the wild card after their loss today. In the NL East, Miami's now only 11.5 games out of the East, 4.5 back of the wild card. And Milwaukee 3.5 games back, 2 games back of the Cubs. St. Louis at 500, 4.5 of the division, 6 back of the wild card. And Arizona, after sweeping the Giants, 19 games back of the Dodgers, 1 game out of the wild card. And Colorado 20 is now still in the second wild card at this point. Well, the magic number for the Dodgers is 13. And our probables for the series against San Diego, who's fucking owned us this year. Samardzija against Chacin on Monday. Matt Moore against Luis Perdomo on Tuesday. And on Wednesday, looks like there'll be no fun. We'll see if there's any funky start times like they usually do. Yes, there is one funky start time. It'll be Wednesday at 6 o'clock. And that'll be tie block against Travis Wood. Then they travel home for 4 against St. Louis after that. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in today. I'm gonna go take a couple aspirins, maybe go throw up after the Giants' piss poor performance. Maybe I'll be back tomorrow. Keep it orange, keep it black, keep it orange and black. Goodbye, everybody.